Zaku Baruch. Morning, everyone. Boker Tov. Lag BaOmer Sameach. Instead of the Kohelet Shiur today, we'll talk a little bit about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Just before that, today's Halachot. So we are in Siman Rish Ayin Aleph, continuing the Halachot of Kiddush. And I'm going to be skipping Seif Dalet and Hey, because basically it talks about a case where a person, let's say, is in the middle of a Seudah, and the Seudah, all of a sudden you realize you kept on going on a Friday, and then now it's Shabbat. So you have to stop and say Kiddush, and it's not really such an applicable case, hopefully. The only time it might be applicable is if Purim falls on a Friday, which happened a few years ago, or maybe 2 years ago, 2 years ago. And there was a discussion about this, but that's not anyways the ideal way to do things. The ideal way is to stop the meal first, pray Arvit, etc., and then have your Shabbat meal. So the end of Seif Hey, the Rama over here says a case, probably also not so common, but just to deal with it, is if, let's say, a person, I guess he gets home from shul, and he totally forgets Kiddush. He just goes straight to the Motzi. He's so hungry, he forgot the Kiddush. And now, what happens is he says, Motzi lechem min haaretz, and he realizes, he didn't take a bite yet, he realizes, I didn't say Kiddush, even. So, at this point, because technically you're allowed to do Kiddush on bread, I mean, if you don't have wine, you can do the Kiddush on bread. How does the Kiddush on bread work? You wash, you say Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, and then you say the next bracha mekadesh Shabbat, and then you bite it, and you have the bread. So that's what you do. If, let's say, you forgot about your Kiddush, then you have the bread, and you say Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, so then you catch yourself before you eat. What you do then at that point is you say the next bracha, mekadesh Shabbat, eat your bread, and continue with your meal. Now, if you have wine, so now let's say it's a case that you didn't have wine anyways, but you forgot or whatever, so then okay, you continue with your meal after that. But if you had wine, then what happens is that so now you did the bread, but you already said Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. So then, but if you had wine, then what you would do is you would eat the motzi, and then you would take wine and do Kiddush then. But then do you have to wash again for motzi? No, you already did that already. So that would be in that situation. And now let's say the Mishnah Berurah says a case. Let's say you ate the bread, and then you realize, I didn't do Kiddush, right? So you probably ate the bread. You just said a motzi. You had said a motzi. You ate the bread. So then what you do is again you do the Kiddush fully, and then you just go back to your meal. You don't have to wash again. The end of the Ramah brings a case of also Havdalah, if accidentally you're not supposed to eat before Havdalah. And if, let's say, you ate before Havdalah, and you said Hamotzi, and then you said Hamotzi lechem min haaretz, you didn't eat yet, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't do Havdalah yet, even. So you bite into it, because there's no such thing as doing Havdalah over bread. Havdalah needs to be on wine. And also, doing a bracha levatala is a deoraita, and eating before Havdalah is midirabanan. So you don't want to violate the deoraita of bracha levatala, so make sure to say, to eat the bread in that case, then pause, do your Havdalah, and then go back to your meal. And lastly, this also shows us the importance of not eating before Kiddush, and therefore if those are in the Kiddush club, make sure that you do Kiddush first, Friday night and Shabbat morning, and also therefore if a person, let's say, makes a bracha and he didn't say Kiddush yet, and he says, let's say, an olive or breads, and he says, oh my gosh, I didn't do Kiddush yet, so should I put this in my mouth or not? No, put it in your mouth, because again we don't want the bracha levatala, because that overrides the concept of not eating for Kiddush, which is the Rabbanan. So eat it, but then go to do the Kiddush. Yes?
And if you know for sure that you don't have a yain.
They don't have yain.
Yeah, you know you're going to do it on the bread, the Kiddush.
So as we said, if you did Hamotzi,
no, I know.
yeah.
But what do? You wash your hands first, or you do Kiddush on the bread, and then you wash and then you eat the bread?
No. So if you have no wine, wine, all you have is bread, wash your hands, say Hamotzi, say the next bracha mekadesh Shabbat, and then eat the bread. That's what one would do. Okay, that's that for today. Tonight we have our annual Hilulah, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. We're looking forward to seeing everyone. So Mincha is going to be at 6:45. And B'ezrat Hashem should be an amazing, amazing night. Looking forward. If there's maybe some last minute, I think there might be a little room. Not sure. Actually, I think the room is set up already. But if you want to squeeze in and you forgot, could be we can make room for you. Looking forward to an amazing night tonight. Chazak Baruch. Have a good day, everyone.